gold.
Nonsense.
The Golden God!
And he dragged you two into this nonsense?
This is another presentation of the world's greatest podcast. I am your host, Mr. John A. Miller, and this is my brother,
Charles Reifenberger.
and this is Golden Fucking Nonsense. We're here live from Golden Nonsense Studios with my brother in arms, Mr. Jake Schneider. He's a returning guest. He's a buddy of mine. He's very funny, and he's here.
Let him hear it, folks. Let him hear it.
Wow.
The man, the myth, the legend, Jake Schneider. Thank you for joining us again, sir.
This better be good.
Well, you know what? It's not. I'll tell you this. It's not going to get any worse.
I came out in the rain. I got here before anybody else.
You did. You got here early.
10 minutes early, but I feel like
15.
if you're running a show,
Yeah.
got here early,
Right.
and then
You don't understand, dude. This is the world's greatest podcast. Like, it was actually a tactic for you to wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all get here.
We knew that your nerves were going to be a little high.
Right.
You'd be a little jittery. You've done the show before, obviously. But, you know.
told John, he texted me, he's like, oh, I'll be down there in like 2 minutes or whatever. And I said, every second that you're not down here, I'm going to take another shot. And then,
You don't seem very drunk.
that's my secret, Captain.
You must have a very
I'm
high
always
tolerance.
drunk.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this. The white man, your species,
Yeah.
right, has a large tolerance of alcohol. And,
That's
you know,
generally true.
he could be functionally drunk right now, but still look sober to us.
What's your specific heritage?
He's got to be German.
Yeah, a lot of German,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of Polish, a little bit of Native American, like every white guy likes to claim in there. but
Everybody wants to claim Native American.
I say what I was told by my family, but there's no proof. You know, I
So-
didn't get a discount on college or anything. No.
So where do you think that the genes are expressing themselves in Native Americanness? Is it the long hair? Is it the ability to
The alcoholism?
the alcoholism? Like where do you think you?
do love firewater.
Yes, your ability to run barefoot on grass plains for miles. What is it?
No, I don't know. I think that going back to the conversation we had before we started, I'm just really submissive to white guys.
Yes.
So I think
yes.
that's kind of where I get it.
Yeah, the audience didn't hear that conversation, and we're not going to touch on it
No,
because
that's
we
for-
don't even want to go back.
That's
to that.
Patreon only.
That was
go to patreon.com.
Very
Golden Nonsense.
special. You got to go to
Get the
Patreon.
behind the scenes.
Absolutely,
The BTS for the BBC here at GN.
that's correct.
Anybody in the cancel culture looking for something to cancel any of us from, go to that.
I think cancel culture is dead. I think we've canceled cancel culture.
Yeah,
I think we're done with it, bro.
I hope.
it comes back every now and then.
When?
I mean, it, like we had PC in like the 90s.
But that wasn't canceled. You weren't canceled.
Yeah, people.
No,
got
but
canceled.
it was censorship though.
Yeah.
It was some form.
Roman Polanski got canceled and then went to France.
It goes in waves. Roman
didn't
Polanski didn't get canceled. Roman Polanski is a child rapist, and
I know that. But what I'm saying
he
is that
didn't get that canceled.
that's my point. That's my point. Like people aren't like Bill Cosby got canceled. He went to jail.
Yeah, he went to jail.
Yeah,
You know,
he got what was his. But then there's like mid levels of canceling where it's like you got your Kevin Spaceys who.
I think canceled is more reserved for like a blogger wrote a fucking article about you, and then your show got like everybody stopped working with you.
Oh yes.
Like I think
Right.
if
professional blacklisting. Right.
If there's a crime that you committed that you were exposed of, that's not cancellation. Cancellation is like Aziz Ansari got canceled because he had he didn't know how to finger a girl.
Is that what
very
happened?
well.
But it was like the softest of canceling.
He had
too.
curry
It
on the
was-
fingers. You can't.
Did you ever see his special after he came back?
It
Yeah.
probably sucked, didn't it?
It was the saddest thing.
It was so sad.
It was so sad.
Yeah.
What did he? What I honestly like. Aziz Ansari is funny.
He had a couple good specials right at the start there.
right? But it was like the moment he got on TV, he stopped being funny.
Yeah.
Right, and then
I mean, he was funny on Parks and Rec.
and then you fucking like get a little curry on your hands and finger a girl, and then boom, you're canceled. Like,
Yeah,
what-
I
like-
mean, I think
is it the turmeric? What makes the fingering bad?
apparently she said he did a move called the hook, which
Long nails. Can't do that with long nails.
I do the hook sometimes.
No, that's you have to.
I think it's an effective move if you know how to do it right.
right. No, it's
This bitch also said that he gave her white wine,
Oh,
and
wow.
she likes red wine.
Oh, and that was
And he didn't ask if she prefers white wine or red wine. He just gave her white wine.
Oh my god.
He's just looking out for her. The hangovers are worse with red wine. So he's just looking out.
I'm interested in knowing, like, if you're going to poison someone, what's your best type of wine to use? Is it?
I think red wine would be better.
Red wine, because it just in the off chance that the poison has some kind of color to it or whatever, like it just blends in.
Yeah, plus I think the tannins might blend in with
the flavor,
the arsenic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, anybody concerned with how we're leading this nation? Like from the
I don't know, man.
From the bottom up, are y'all concerned with this? I know you're not.
It's crazy. It's
How about you, Jake? Do you have any opinions?
I'm taking the coward's way out on this one. I tried to keep up and I tried to be aware and be as scared or vigilant as I needed to be, but then I just got tired of it. So now I'm just like, I ignore everything I see. I'm just like, I guarantee you every single day that I wake up, I could go on to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever, and I'm going to see 10 different things about how even more fucked we are today than we were yesterday.
Oh, yes.
But I'm just going to ignore that, and I'm going to keep watching, videos of guys rolling marbles in their basements or whatever pops up on my feed.
For sure. My partner called me today, and he was like, man, it feels like with Donald Trump back, like time is moving slower. Like he feels like he fixed time because it's like always so much shit that's happening day to day that you have so many different like timestamps in the day, and your day feels longer. I was like, that's interesting.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It is anxiety inducing, and it's like I've been listening to comedy albums all day.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to John Panette. You ever listen to John Panette?
No. Who's that?
Dude, you should listen to John Panette.
Is he good?
Yeah, he's a big fat guy. He talks about being fat. He's no longer with us. Rest in peace, John Panette. You're one of the goats.
Rip, bro.
I've listened to Brian Regan, John Panette. I listened to Joe Rogan's old album. I listened to Jim Jeffries' old album.
Oh damn, dude! I
did a fucking
5-6 hours of comedy today.
Yeah.
Do you ever get tired of Brian Regan's like cadence?
Nah, man.
Because I've seen him live twice at the Orpheum.
Oh, you saw him live?
Yeah.
He's a killer, isn't he?
He's great, and he's one of the kings of clean comedy. He's amazing. But his cadence.
The album I was listening to, it was
he only has
97.
One. He only has one
album. It was
album.
from 97. Is it? Does he really only have one album?
No, I think he has
he's got
a couple.
specials.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of specials.
Yeah, he only has one album.
I think it was then it was the one from 97.
Brian
whatever
Regan Live by his brothers. His brothers are in there, whatever.
I think so. Yeah, Brian Regan Live. Yep.
Yeah, I think I ran that back a bunch of times.
He was
cold as fuck
he was doing the one about how like you learn how to pluralize words in grade school when you're in he's like boxing, and they were like, how about moose, Brian? What are the mooses? And he just was doing like this like weird sound that wasn't even words,
Right.
he was trying to say like the mooses eat it in the woods in the mises eats it in the woods in.
Oh dude, it's his dumb voice is very funny. He goes, what's going on? Like he has a real strong dumb voice.
Yeah,
Brian, relax. Yeah. Brian, the mises eats it in the woods in. It's just, I was howling. I was in my car howling, and I've heard that bit
for sure.
a ton of times.
Yeah.
But you give it enough time, you haven't listened to it. It still gets you. Yeah, no, I fucking love Brian Regan.
No, he's amazing. I couldn't.
So if you're stressed out about the world today, go listen to the old comedy albums, specifically Brian Regan's.
You know what's I want to bring this up real quick. I saw a thing on Twitter about like TikTok was making fun of this young frat boy, right? Because he was cracking a beer, and there's been like a noticeable decrease in the amount of like young people drinking.
Yeah, more of them are spouting, like being sober and whatnot. Like it's the sober life. Which is, not a bad thing, I guess.
No. It's a net positive for society. I'm thinking like, what was the trigger for that? Was it?
I think it's when I got sober 4 years ago.
Oh yeah,
everybody wants to be like me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, you're the Michael Jordan of sober, bro.
Yep.
They're gonna make Air Charlies. Gonna be just flat shoes.
It's just little chips you pick up at AA meetings.
I get that. I get the fucking theory, but I don't get why you want like a little token of your sobriety. It just feels like gamified.
Kind of, yeah.
And some people need that, and it's supposed to be something that you carry in your pocket at all times, and it constantly reminds you, like if you're ever having a hard time, it's like, hey, I earned this tangible thing that's in front of me.
Yeah.
You know, it's a reminder, and that's why I usually try to keep. Like if I go to the casino, I try to keep one of those chips in my pocket because it's like I earned this.
Right, to remind you to keep drinking.
All the
Yeah,
rest of my
keep-
money's
keep
gone,
drinking,
but
keep
I'm going to hold on to
gambling.
this one
Yes.
chip
Yes.
because I still
Yeah.
I still technically am in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're never out the game.
Never
I
out
got
the
this
game.
from drinking and gambling, and I'm gonna come back. You know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I've said it a lot of times, but AA is a cult.
Yeah.
It's a cult,
Yeah.
but it's you know, depending on what you want to do, sometimes a cult is the right thing for you. That's what I've said many times. If you want to take acid and bang hippie girls, there's a cult for that. A cult is what you want.
You know what? There's
You have,
like
the-
those
you
run
have, like, a
clubs.
pamphlet. Or,
those run clubs like in major cities. Like we have one here. Those are fucking
the hashers is what they're called.
the
yeah.
hashers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a couple different run clubs, but they are very culty. They
Exclusive.
yes, very exclusive.
They like run miles.
Yeah, they just
Run
get together. They
marathons?
just get together and
well, they don't like you because you're sober now, David.
Oh yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, because they run to different breweries and bars.
Yeah, and they just they burn.
Do they come to
supposedly
Memphis?
I'm running away.
supposedly like running a 5K. What is that like? A
3 miles?
3 miles,
Yeah.
right? That only burns 300 calories. So,
Yeah.
So it's like they're not really doing too much. Like you'd be better off being a like a lifter if you want to like lose
Yeah.
weight or something. But
Hey, get your blood pumping.
oh yeah, and then you get
Clears
to,
out
and then you
clears
get
out
to-
some
and
shit,
you get to fuck a sweaty girl, get drunk with her. You know,
bro. That sounds all right to me.
sweaty puss. Anybody?
I'll take some sweaty puss.
I'm indifferent.
You're indifferent to the sweaty puss?
Yeah.
If it's sweaty and hairy, I am. If it's bushed, if it's bushed and got a tinge of sweat,
Senior, or junior,
senior,
Bush senior kind of guy.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a little bit of bush.
HW.
HW.
You got to go with the original, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Junior, he's only known
Nancy knew what she was doing. What was her name? Was it Nancy? Was that?
No, that's Reagan's wife.
Oh,
was
Nancy Reagan. Well,
yeah.
who was
Uh,
OG Bush's? Barbara
Barbara
was.
Barbara
I thought that
Bush.
was
It's Barbara Bush. yeah.
HW, I think.
who's
Right.
George. Who's George W.'s wife's name?
George W.
I don't know.
Maybe it was Nancy. It could have been Nancy. Reagan's wife was
Yeah,
named
Nancy Reagan was the whole thing. Yeah,
Okay, so you bring her up. Why?
I don't.
Oh.
I didn't.
You did bring her up.
HW Bush.
Yeah, he said Bush.
You're going
she
down
knew-
on a lady. She's sweaty.
Yeah,
You go down. You find HW Bush.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Nice.
I mean, we're talking about
A hot wet bush. That's what
war-
HW stands for.
war-
That's actually what HW stands for.
warmongering Bush. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Hot wet, and then George W. Bush. That's wet Bush. But you're talking about a hot wet bush.
Hot wet Bush.
HW Bush.
HW. That's
Yeah.
what I need.
Uh
I tell the girl, I need the HW right now. I need that fucking HW.
huh. I'm gonna go home to my wife tonight and be like, "Bitch, give me that HW." She's gonna be like, "Are you talking about the president?"
You need, or do you just need homework?
She's
What
gonna
do you need?
she's gonna hit you with a fucking
Hot
a-
water heater.
right?
Yeah.
A ruler. Be like, you're a bad boy. Where's your homework?
So you're saying you prefer or you get excited
Or
by
you're out.
like the
No.
the big hot wet bush.
HW.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Going in.
My first experience with a vagina when I lost my virginity
Mhm.
Yeah.
was with a sweaty bush.
Yeah.
So I am partial to that, brother. Man.
So it takes you back.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like a boy.
Instant
Giddy like a schoolboy.
instant transmission. I'm like, my youth. I smell it. I look at it. That look is my youth. Yes.
Do you think that would have been different if your first experience was with someone that was not sweaty and clean shaven?
Of course.
That's fair.
I think so. But it was a hot day in August in New Orleans, and
Is it a hot wet one?
a hot wet one,
Mhm. Sticky.
yeah.
When the-
HW.
when the levees broke, man.
Oh, dude, that's what I
Yep.
tried to make
Led
happen, bro.
Zeppelin.
Wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough to get the levees to break.
Yeah.
Call me, John, the hymen breaker.
You know they say that a lot of guys like a sweaty girl because because of the pheromones.
Sure.
I don't know if I've never noticed whether I was more or less into a girl, but a lot of dudes I've heard say that.
I can't say that I've noticed either. Normally when I'm in that situation, my eyes are closed and I'm just like praying to God that I last longer than 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's kind of me too.
I'm
Yeah.
not really focused on, how sweaty or what she smells
If you
like or
if you
anything.
focus on other things outside of how sweaty and hot it is,
Right.
you will. They say do baseball statistics in your head
Mm-hmm.
to last longer or whatever. Well,
I don't know enough about baseball. To
Yeah, I
last
don't-
long.
I don't know.
I've been doing really hard fraction math.
Mm.
That's what I've been doing. I'm trying to figure out like
the
what's 1/8. Okay, what's 1/16?
Teacher that taught me fractions was hot in like 4th or 5th grade.
That's
so
that's
that doesn't-
it's you
I
got to
couldn't do it.
personalize. That's why you got to personalize.
yeah.
Couldn't do it.
You guys ever do male Kegels?
Where you put the really, the
I mean, I
I try not to piss my pants all the time, and I feel like that's the same muscle.
I think it is the same
the
muscle.
same muscle. You could train that with a wet face cloth.
Yeah,
You do dry
Yeah.
face cloth, wet face cloth, and then you do dry towel,
yeah,
wet towel, hand towel, and then you go even higher, and then you go beach towel,
yeah,
right? Dry then wet, and then eventually you're just gonna have a fucking baseball bat of a cock.
yeah. I think you can not only work out your dick, but I also think that helps you last longer.
It lengthens your dick, bro.
It lengthens it.
Yeah, this is right.
I think I'm gonna spend like 4 hours a day
You need
for the next 5 years just working on cock exercises.
Charlie. It's actually it's like a bench press, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to train twice a week. Got to have a heavy day. You have a light day.
A heavy day and light day.
Heavy day, light day. You remember football,
Of course.
right? You remember how you got strong fast? Why?
Yeah.
It was 2-a-days.
I don't
Yeah.
know enough about it. Is it the same like don't skip leg day, like don't skip ball day? Like, are there things to focus on the balls? Or is that,
I don't know.
I don't know how to.
I see. I think
Asshole day. You gotta
See,
clench your butthole too.
yeah,
because I know I've talked to some girls that are like, oh my god, like I had the hugest balls. It was so hot. And I was like, oh, is that a thing? Like you?
Yeah, girls like big balls.
Is,
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, they
I
also.
don't know.
But I think I think that might be it's a specific kind of girl thing.
Yeah.
Specific kind of girl thing.
Yeah.
Mouthing the.
Your producer just told me to do it, so I did it.
I just told him to suck it. Like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! What are
penis.
we doing? What are we doing?
Suck what?
Dude, the moment there's more than 2 white dudes in this room, it just goes gay. Like,
It's been that is a pattern that I've noticed as well.
I just can't.
And what's wrong with that, John?
My comedy is not
Dude,
homoerotic.
we're not talking about gay shit. All right, we're talking about exercising our cocks to make them really big and hard.
You knew a whole fucking regiment for
Not
making your
gay.
dick bigger,
Not
and you're
gay.
over here like, oh, these white dudes are making it gay. No,
Absolutely not gay.
No.
I thought I look like history shows us the black
HWs,
man,
bro.
the
That's
ba-
what we're
the-
talking about.
The black man has to help the white man in certain areas. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And clearly, you didn't know about the progressive Kegel
No.
exercises.
Mm-mm.
You didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
I didn't know that any of it was a thing.
There's a reason why the continent of Africa is bigger than Europe. Yeah, it's funny how everyone looked. It was like, y'all are retarded to even.
Yeah, but you're looking at this, and that statement is accurate.
Yes.
But have you ever seen I forget what it's called, but
projection?
It's the like actual accurate what?
Yeah.
Because we've been basing our mental imagery off of this map for a couple hundred years now.
I think this one's a pretty good projection, though.
But there is a, as far as like what countries are closer to each other and the actual size of countries in relation to other countries, like
Yeah.
this is not the most accurate.
No, you need like to probably double the size of Africa on this map if you're going to show it to be accurate. But like Canada shouldn't be that big.
Canada's pretty fucking big.
Nah, it shouldn't be that big, bro. It should be smaller.
yeah, it can't be. It's not.
You're talking about our soon-to-be next state.
Yeah.
So.
Look, you see how they broke up Canada on this? I think we should break up Canada and add like 10 states. We need British Columbia. We need Alberta. We need a little. What's the?
I say just make it one large city. Just make it a city in Michigan. Like the entire area of Canada is
man.
it's like, yo, yeah, Canada, Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what part of Canada are you from? From Michigan.
From North Michigan.
What part of Michigan? Oh, you grew up in Michigan?
Yeah.
What part? Canada.
Oh yeah, well, see, Michigan. Does it touch?
No, we'll make it a new state. We'll just call it North Michigan.
Oh hell yeah,
That's what it's going to be called.
we should call it.
All of Canada is just going to be called North Michigan.
Michigan touches via water.
Right.
Actually, I think
those are the great
This
states.
is
Those are
Michigan here too.
Those are the Great Lakes,
It
right?
touches via water right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and then you go.
You think so?
Detroit's
we could
over
invade
here, right?
We could invade,
and then if you
Canada.
go south from Detroit, you go into Canada. Canada's down
Right.
here.
We can
It's
invade
south.
Canada by boat if we wanted to, right? If we had a fleet of
Here's the thing:
Of
we
boats.
could like if we invaded Canada, we'd be fucked because they've been living in that terrain forever. All they got to do is just go up a little bit north where it's freezing cold and we can't.
but
handle
no
it.
one lives there. They don't go up there, bro.
Yeah, but they ice fish up there or whatever. People
Nah,
do. I
bro.
don't know.
It's a very specific type of Canadian.
I also think that all of Canada is lives right along the border for the most part. Like
Yeah,
I think like 99%
because
of the
anywhere
people.
north past most of those main cities, it's entirely too cold.
I
year
would
round.
I would bet the local militia of one state versus the entire armed forces of Canada.
Yeah, the National
Now,
Guard.
that's the thing. I'm not worried about the armed forces of Canada. I'm worried about their militia.
I don't think they got it, bro. I really don't. I think North Dakota could take all of
If
Canada.
they wanted to, they could.
If to our fans in North Dakota, you know what I'm saying, like clip this, Dave, right? North Dakota, do you think you could defeat Canada, all of Canada? I believe they could.
I mean, all they got is like dudes on horses wearing red suits. They're literally. It'd be like the fucking colonists fighting the British.
Right, dude. We're gonna
Those fucking losers. Those mounted horse.
All we gotta do is take
cops.
Look. I believe in the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? The Northern Americans, and they live in the cold weather too. You know what I'm saying? Send a motherfucking dude from Pittsburgh up there. You know what I'm saying? Send some
Bro, Canada is not a country. It has never been a country. It has always been a colony of England from the very beginning. It never. They just like Canada.
Yeah, but half the country speaks French.
Can I ask you a question? Why do they have a British Columbia and we have a District of Columbia? What's up with Columbia? Is that for Columbus or they're like
Yeah.
yo, we really love
No, it's for Columbus, I imagine.
Mexicans?
Yeah, it's for like everything's named after Christopher Columbus. The country of Columbia that is named after Columbus.
Yes.
It's all Christopher Columbus.
But why British Columbia? And why District of Columbia? Do you know the answer to that?
I think Columbia was just the name of the city before it was like a designated territory, and they sectioned
Don't worry, your
off this
producer's
area.
Googling it right now.
It's actually one of the rules that we don't have. It's because Columbia, it was already a country called
Columbia,
and they made a special zone around it, and then they
Right.
named that the District of Columbia. So
Gotcha.
really, it was the city was named before the.
That's 100% accurate.
God, I'm so fucking smart, dude.
Told you, bro.
I'm so fucking smart, bro.
Told you,
I
bro.
just completely made that up.
He hides
of
all
that-
the answers in his
That's-
mustache, and I'm
That's
pissed off about it.
verbatim what it says on Google.
I'm so
That's
fucking smart,
crazy.
dude.
Look, I tell you what. If we're gonna keep on just spouting facts here at Golden Nonsense, you know, like Donald Trump was gonna be the 48th, 49th, and
Well, they're gonna
50th
rename
president.
it. They're gonna
Remember that he's Emperor Trump now. Okay?
Yeah, they're gonna rename the whole
essentially-
town. It's gonna be the District of Trump very soon.
We've essentially let Napoleon back into fucking gates. Okay, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all did. All right. Remember this. Remember this. The French Revolution ended because of Napoleon. Okay, they called him back. They're like, "Please, Napoleon, we're so tired of all these crazy French people. Please come back." And then what did he do? He held his nuts, got off the island, came back, brought order.
Yeah,
Napoleon.
yeah.
That's accurate, bro.
I think we should just
Look it up, Dave.
Don't look it up. John's trying to validate him voting for Trump.
Anything
last
I
time.
look
I
up.
think we should just basically.
I
take
voted for
over all-
Kanye. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Anything you look.
Oh, no, anything I look up is not to. I'm not telling you anything. I like to know, and I like to be the gatekeeper of the information.
Hey, look. Once we have the TV in here and we can start, having
Have it up on the screens.
Yeah.
you know.
We can start knowing how right or wrong we are. Because like, if you were to pick a history story, what do you know the best? What story do you know the best history wise? You know, I couldn't even tell you. I am heritagely Jamaican, right? My father's Jamaican. I couldn't tell you the history of Jamaica. I couldn't tell you. Right? I could barely tell you the history of America.
What was the whole bobsled thing? you know?
Mm-hmm.
We all know that one.
Right.
That was a legendary.
Right.
The legend of
It's bobsledding, Bob Marley, freedom.
Usain Bolt.
Freedom. You know, I love a sugar cane. You know what I'm saying? I love coconut water. I love a good oxtail.
Oh God, I love coconut water.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't like coconut water.
Really?
There's a small faction of people in this world.
Consistency thing.
There's a small
for me,
faction
texture thing.
There's a small faction of people in this world that just don't like it because just
I want to because I
It's good for you.
understand that it's very hydrating. It's very good for you. I've definitely chugged them when hungover or whatever, but It's a consistency thing.
You know who we need to get in here?
Who's that?
I went to a new sushi place. I thought of it because I had coconut water with my meal. It was legit, but it's called sushi. It's called Poke Paradise.
Poke Paradise. Okay.
In the restaurateur that opened it, his name's Sushi Jimmy.
Oh, I
He's
Oh,
the
Sushi
shit.
Jimmy's a.
Yeah.
You guys know Sushi Jimmy?
He's a Memphis legend.
Yeah,
at this
bro.
point. That man has opened and
We gotta
closed
get-
more restaurants and
we
food
got to get
trucks.
Sushi Jimmy, bro.
He's had like he's like 4 or 5 restaurants.
We got to bring him
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah.
We got to
'Cause
interview
he
him.
started with a food truck.
Yeah, and then he
Yeah.
had that spot over there on
And
Poplar,
then
right?
and the food truck got big enough that he got kind of cocky about it, you know, and he's like, and so he opened a whole, Sushi Jimmy restaurant.
Yo,
off
it was
Poplar.
good.
It was good, but it just,
It didn't have the jump from food truck novelty to like restaurant consistency
Yeah.
is a different leap.
and then he went back to food truck, back to restaurant, back to food, and then bounced around and then was helping other people
Well,
out.
he's in a restaurant now, and it's fucking good.
You talked
I
to him?
trust-
Did
yeah.
you invite him on?
No,
Oh yeah, dude, go talk to him.
but he's
He's sweet as can be.
cool
yeah,
guy.
I mean, I went into his restaurant when it was on Poplar, that old one, and I talked to him for a couple times, like an hour or so. He was
Also,
nice
do you guys normally talk about guests that you would rather have on when you're have a different guest on? Is that like a normal thing?
Well, not typically, but when the guy we have on today absolutely sucks, we have to.
Look,
Sorry,
hey,
I've been since I sat down. I'm going to be completely transparent.
Yeah, tell me.
right now. Since I sat down,
Yeah,
just my posture and the way that we're all situated and how I'm holding the mic. Do you ever forget that you're fat sometimes? I
Yeah.
mean, Charlie's in shape. You
I'm
wear
not. No.
compression wear to hide that shit.
no,
but,
dude, I got a lot fatter.
But like you're leaning forward, and I thought maybe I should do that, but then my belly. I completely forgot that I am a piece of shit. I'm a fat piece of shit because my whole arm is resting on this. The mic was resting on my belly.
yeah.
And I not fuck. I'm fat.
no, you're not a fat dude.
I'm
You're
not.
fine.
I know. I'm not.
Don't worry about it.
You're being a woman right now, fishing for compliments. Is that what you're doing?
Definitely not fishing for compliments,
You're
but I
just-
just like.
No, you look so good, Jake.
do you ever
You look
forget
good.
that you're? It's like whenever you're like, oh, you're in a hurry, and so you run up a flight of stairs, and you're like, oh, I'm not 18 anymore. I shouldn't
Yeah.
run up a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like that where I'm just like, oh, I forgot that I have
You know what? That hit me
Yes.
the other day was when I jumped off a ledge, like it was maybe like 4 feet high.
wasn't tall enough.
Well, fuck you. It was like 4 feet
Do
high,
better.
and then like when I landed, like I had like a little like a moment where I was like, "Are my knees okay?"
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, "Fuck, dude, I'm getting older."
Yeah,
Getting older.
you need that extra second after you jump off the back of a truck or something, and you're like, okay, wait, did my entire body shatter, or am I good?
Yeah.
Dude, I
It's called getting old, folks.
Yeah. I
You're
mean,
getting
look,
old.
I think what it is I got shitty shoes, and I spent like the better part of almost 2 years just being a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I stopped hooping when mom got sick. I literally I got the job at the brewery fucking 1 month before she got sick,
Right.
And I just been drinking and getting high and not doing anything.
Yeah.
but fucking commiserating. Or is it miserating? Is it co-miserating? What is it? Always some word I'm fucking up on.
I don't know. It's in a Blink-182 song, and I've never known what the actual definition of the word is.
Well, to commiserate is to like be sad together, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but is it just miserate?
You are commiserating right now, but
I thought it just meant it's like shooting the shit.
No, I don't know.
I think it's to have a conversation about something
That sucks ass?
potentially negative. Like
Well,
we can complain about something together.
Okay.
We are
yeah.
airing grievances.
David,
together
don't you dare
about
fucking
something.
look that up, okay? That's what it means.
You can.
Golden rule. No looking shit up.
I already knew that. So I didn't have to look it up.
Right, you thought
I already knew.
You thought you knew. You thought. You thought.
I'll look it up if David won't.
No, I'm gonna work on something for the future episodes. We're gonna have a screen, and it's just gonna say Davipedia. When you guys need something, I'm gonna put my own fucking definition or whatever.
Davipedia.
And you're
I
gonna
love that.
refer to that.
I
for your
love that.
answers.
I love
not
that.
bad.
That's the only
I don't hate
information we
that.
have available to us.
Oh, dude, look. The
Davipedia.
The show will get better and better, bro. The show's gonna get better and better. I love this fucking thing. I love golden nonsense, bro.
Well, I'm glad you had me on before it got good. That's fun.
You know this right here.
Look, once we get
look,
really like special guests, we're not gonna be able to talk about like how we would avoid getting raped by a bunch of guys. Okay, that's not
whoa.
something.
I
That's not
literally have never
Oh,
talked
shit,
about
we
that
weren't-
before. Ever.
Whoa, what
I
are
mean,
you talking about?
when did we talk about that?
we never talked about that?
I
bro.
forgot that we definitely didn't talk about that.
Whoa, man, that's not. No, that's super weird, bro.
This is unacceptable.
Look, I've been doing some thinking, guys.
Yeah.
Right, and I know how
Dangerous.
Shut up. I know how we expand. I know how we get better. Right.
Yeah.
We just delete every single episode of the Jake Schneider appearances on Golden Nonsense.
I think that would only
That's
barely
that's not
improve.
hard to do. That's at this point it's like 1 3/4 of an episode to delete.
Have they all been worse than the average?
They've
I would say so. So it would raise
actually
the average.
the first one was good, and then every other appearance after that has just been dog shit, bro. Like actually negative charisma.
So the one that I did was good, but then 75% of the one that we're currently in, not good.
It could be better.
Well, 100% of the 75% of the episode that we're in, but 100% of what we've done that's not finished.
Totally, bro. That's math.
See, that's what I'll do, and that's how I don't come. Is I do that exact right there. I'm just like if I take 75% of the 100%.
Yeah, I last longer when I think about David doing math. I get that.
It's like seeing a Downs kid start doing like counting on his fingers. Just like,
Yeah.
I know you can't see Dave on camera right now, guys, but he actually has Downs face.
Well, it is like you are basically a retarded person when you're trying to do math while having sex. Like you'll be like, wait, what's 4 times 5 again? I really don't remember what 4 times 5
I gotta
is.
keep on saying it. 4 times
4 times
5.
5. Just think clearly, dude.
God damn it.
What is
4
it?
times 5.
What is it? Come on. 20. Okay, why did I need to know that? Damn it.
Yes, David.
I got nothing.
You had the mic cocked and ready to go. I just thought you were.
See, this is the type of conversation that we get to have with you that we will not be having with Sushi Jimmy.
Right. Or
No, there will be a slight language barrier there. He does have a pretty thick accent.
I'm gonna be like Jimmy. How do you not come when you're in some hot pussy?
And
What do you do?
And he'll be like, I got two.
I think about making sushi.
Don't. I thought you were really gonna dive into just.
I think about. I go through my menu and I think about.
chopping scallion.
No! I am out of crawfish for today.
No.
I need a little kelp. New kelp.
I do not have kelp today.
Jesus.
I can't do it.
Look, don't. First of all, us being mildly racial
Wild is generous.
has no bearing on you using the Lord's name in vain on this podcast. Okay.
Yeah, we don't allow that.
This is first and foremost a Christian podcast.
That's a very strict
This
rule
is a
that we
first
have
and foremost.
against that.
And it's Fat Tuesday. Okay.
This is a Christian podcast.
This is Fat Tuesday. Happy Mardi Gras.
I would
what
like
what we did was we hired a Jew.
I was going to say I would like to divert a question to your producer, David Mordecai Scholl. I don't know what your middle name is, but I can only assume it's that.
I think it's Shlomo.
How do you feel
It's like
about
Cher.
Yeah, it's just
Or Prince. I'm just a one name.
Right. Yeah.
The one name, one wonder Jew.
Yeah, you're just Hebrew. That's it.
He's
How
our
do you
Heb.
feel about this being an all Christian podcast? Apparently,
I mean, we're all God's children at the end of the day.
Do you celebrate?
Which God specifically?
Do you celebrate? It's the same God.
Same God.
It's the same God, bro.
But see, his people would say that we're not following the right dude, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They think we're
well, hey,
heathens.
How does the Jewish community feel about Trump on a whole?
I don't know. I don't really talk to too many Jews.
Like,
Dave is the only Jew I
the
talk to.
Jewish American community.
I'd like to
how
clear
do
the
they-
air. And I was raised Catholic.
I mean, bro,
I did not know that.
Don't disparage
Don't
your
blame
heritage.
Catholicism for why you are the way you are.
Don't blame your heritage.
Well,
Dave.
let's be honest. Catholicism is the most Jewish form of Christianity.
Yeah, they literally were like, okay, we hear what you're saying, but we're gonna do a little bit.
Come on,
extra.
like think about all the things.
A little bit of razzle dazzle.
They're arguing about shit all the time. They're negotiating with God.
First and foremost, this is a Judeo-Christian
There we go.
podcast. Okay, this is first and foremost. This is a religion. If you look up Golden Nonsense right now, it's not comedy. It's a religion. Okay,
So guys,
this is how we avoid taxes.
all we need to. This is a church, actually.
right. And this is Bible
So
study.
did you guys celebrate your Fat Tuesday?
I did not. I spent it with my mother. But what we'll do is, get a little turnt.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good way to celebrate.
Well, I don't know. What is it? Is it we're because Lent starts tomorrow? Is what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What y'all giving up?
I'm giving up headphones for Lent.
Headphones?
I'm giving up headphones.
You just gonna be obnoxious listening to music on loud like a poor person?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you? What are you getting for Lent?
I'll be listening to Brian Regan in the kitchen. My wife's gonna be like, "You turn that shit the fuck off." He's just gonna be, "Mace a daisy daisy, the miss in the woods today."
Look, that really sounds like a Bill Cosby impression. We're putting pops.
My wife's gonna be like, "Can you turn off Bill Cosby? The neighbors think we're pro-rapist."
I still have all of his.
It's all good.
It's great.
It's still
all
all
of his
good.
stuff on CD.
It's still all good.
It's fucking great.
I used to fall asleep
Bill,
to that stuff.
Bill Cosby himself
Yeah.
is such a
Oh,
good
he's so
album.
Amazing. Dude, Chocolate Factory, TP 1 and 2.
Mhm.
Amazing.
What's something to do with a chicken on one of them? I don't know. They're all great.
So what are you giving up for Lent?
Answering my phone when you ask me for a favor on a Tuesday to come onto your podcast.
Well, that's
Well, luckily, Lent will be over by the time next time I call you.
Foiled again.
Is it 30 days or 40 days?
it's 47
40.
days.
Yeah, well, altogether, but it represents what the 40 days Jesus spent in the desert.
Yeah.
Growing up, because I grew up Catholic as well.
Are you doing the
Ash Wednesday?
The dirt?
Probably
You
not.
doing
I haven't
dirt?
done Ash Wednesday in a minute because I'm not a good Catholic anymore.
All right.
But growing up, I always gave up chocolate
Yeah.
because as a kid,
Because you're a fat boy.
Well, I was small then. Thank you. No, because as a kid, you're like, oh, that kid gave up chocolate. That's like really, that's good. Like
Yeah.
he's
It's a good sacrifice.
I don't eat a lot of chocolate. Never have. I don't like chocolate that much.
Oh, that was
so.
your...
But it was never. So it was never hard for me.
Yeah.
So like I usually try to pick something like that.
Yeah, you should give up having sex with dudes.
Yeah,
That's what you should give up for Lent.
easier said than done.
Pass.
Because per our conversation previously, sometimes you don't have a say in it.
I think God understands.
If one guy can hold you down, two can fuck you. Justin Gaethje.
It's a direct quote.
So I found out that in England, which usually I don't take
English.
anything from the English because
Right.
I don't respect them, but it's
'Cause
not
you're German or
called
'cause you're
Fat
American?
Tuesday. Do you know?
Because you're German heritage or American heritage?
My American heritage, yeah.
Bless that.
Yeah.
Bless up America. Hell yeah. Shout
Yeah.
out USA.
Yeah, fuck England. But you know what they call Fat Tuesday in England?
No.
And in Canada?
Oh.
Do you know what it's called?
Oh, a Royale with cheese.
Yeah, it's called Royale Tuesday.
Right.
Boo.
It's called Quarter Pound Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a shitty joke.
No,
My bad.
they call it Pancake Day.
Even lamer. Why Pancake Day?
I guess everybody just eats pancakes because they're like, what's the fattest shit we can do? And they're like, how about pancakes with butter and syrup
That's
on
got to
them?
be a recent thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's got to be recent. I mean, like, that can't be like as old as Mardi Gras is.
I don't know. The Church of the
Can I
Church
get a
of
fact
England?
check on this? I'm not.
It's
I'm
called
not saying
Pancake
you're
Day.
wrong. Can I get some history on it?
So this is my second year of doing this on Pancake Day. I get up at 5 a.m. and I cook pancakes for my wife.
That's good.
So I got delicious pancakes for breakfast today.
I was thinking about pancakes earlier today and how I haven't had them in probably 6 months, and I really wanted pancakes.
Pancakes
Pancakes
suck as a breakfast food.
Dude, pancakes are great.
I don't.
Waffles are better.
I don't.
Waffles are better.
Waffles
Yeah.
are superior in every way.
Let's go to Waffle
I
House
like.
after
I
this.
like. I like pancakes more. Sorry.
Let's go to fucking Waffle House right now.
Okay.
I
Where's
was
the
thinking-
closest one?
I was at Sycamore View.
Lakeland.
Sycamore View.
Yeah, Sycamore View,
Yeah, over there.
Cordova.
Oh
In the-
yeah,
in the-
yeah.
going towards the
Memphis.
hood.
That's Bartlett.
Bartlett,
Bartlett, Memphis edge.
On the line.
I didn't know you guys rode like that.
What, Waffle House?
Yeah, I didn't know you guys were down like that.
Bro, I'm from Atlanta, dude.
Yeah,
Waffle House is part of my culture.
I mean, look, dude. I'm young black in America, bro. Waffle House is where we have battle royales and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm familiar.
I've seen at least 3 or 4 fights in my life in Waffle House. I'm talking about like just after comedy shows in college.
Mm-hmm.
Would stop by Waffle House and just be like, "All right, we're gonna see the Knoxville Whites duke it out," and they sure do. And
You
then
said the Knoxville Whites like it was a baseball team.
Like it's a fucking.
The Knoxville Whites versus
That
the
was our-
Waffle House Browns.
That was our
Oh,
college, our college rugby team. The Knoxville Whites.
I gotta categorize my whites. You know what I'm saying? You got the good whites, y'all too. Dave sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
You're welcome, bro.
You mean it?
Sometimes. And then there's the mountain whites. There's the whites you can't trust, redneck whites. You got,
meth and trailers and
you got the Knoxville whites. They're a special breed of white.
yeah, Appalachian people.
Appalachian whites. I didn't even think they're white. I think that they should be their own
Race.
They have such a wild and deep culture that's so different from any other. Like, yeah, I understand. You go to New Orleans, you have like the Creoles, and that's very deep and rich heritage and whatnot. But
but they're French. That's different. That's
but like the Appalachian, like that is a different.
Well, they're
breed
Scottish.
Altogether.
That's I think that's the the same way that the Creole is like French culture. I think the Appalachian culture is like comes from like
white Scots,
sheep herder people in fucking Scotland that came over. Like
they took a quick jump to inbreeding and
I mean they were
witchery.
Well, if they wanted to just follow the kings and queens of Europe, that's inbreeding is the way to go. If they want to be royalty, you fuck your cousin, you're a king.
Oh shit! I gotta tell you guys this. Have we done? No, we don't. I don't think we talked about this. So I was in that play this past weekend, right? Mm-hmm. And I had like these crazy mutton chop facial hair thing. I shaved my face into, and it's actually called a Franz Joseph is the style of facial hair, and it's named after this Habsburg Austria-Hungary emperor. Right. Named Franz Joseph. He was like, he's the longest. He was like the longest serving
monarch or something.
Monarch in that period of European history. But anyway, I told Claire that I didn't do it. And she was like, I forget what it was, but she said you're a trans Joseph or something like. Somehow she started calling me trans Joseph because that's great. I thought it was funny. Quality. Oh, it was funny. And then I was like saying like, well, so there should be like a drag queen that that does the beard and calls himself trans Joseph, right? Or like a girl dressed up as a guy. They do the other way, right? So we were Googling it to try and see if that's a thing. If there's like a famous trans Joseph. And we didn't find that. What we found was Franz Joseph's younger brother, Ludwig Joseph, was trans in the late 1800s in fucking Austria-Hungary.
Yo,
Ludwig Joseph was trans Joseph.
That is crazy.
Isn't that nuts,
That's
dude?
Crazy. Clip that,
bro.
That's going fed online.
You can see it online. He's got, they were all taking pictures with the royal family, and sometimes he's got like the military like uniform because he was in the military.
He had to be, yeah.
But then some of the times he was wearing like a fucking like a wedding dress, like ball gown shit. It's so creepy, dude.
Dude, that shit has been...
It's so fucking creepy because it's all old-timey.
Do you think that shit was like cool with that specific culture back then? Or do you think that people just had to be okay with it because he was like royalty?
He was the king's brother, bro.
He was the king's brother. But apparently, no, the king was not chill with it at all. Like, he was like
any normal bro.
It was very not cool.
Your little brother starts wearing dresses. You're like, bro, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
He was openly gay.
He's the fucking king, bro.
And he was like, he was like harassing people in like these Hungarian bathhouses apparently like the king was not cool with it at all. Like he would like publicly beat his brother up.
Damn.
Because for being fucking like being
could you imagine
a homo?
Could you imagine losing the fist fight as the king to trans Joseph?
To your little brother in a dress?
Trans Joseph? No, because because one thing I do know about fucking the gays are they have hands. They're always like being bullied. So they be fighting a lot and shit.
Absolutely.
And so it's like
he was kind of a wafy, skinny dude, but sometimes those guys,
that's what I'm saying. So maybe
trans. Like most of the gay community is in way better shape than I am. So
maybe that's 100% true.
Maybe trans Joseph was a real like slinger. It was really boxing.
I don't know.
I always like thinking like that scene from the new what's my guy's name? Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes, where he does that fucking bare knuckle boxing scene.
Yeah, and he's like hit him in the liver.
Right. Disorient him with the ice smack or whatever. I always think that there's got to be some sort of version of that's happening everywhere all the time. Some Fight Club shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just hope that trans Joseph was doing that. Like,
I hope so too.
In his dress, like dominating,
fucking people up.
Dominating. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you can't be the king's little brother and be a pussy.
No.
You could be a fucking homo, but you can't be a pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you are talking about Ludwig Victor von Habsburg?
Archduke Ludwig Victor
von Habsburg.
von...
His brothers used to call him Lutzi Wutzi.
Lutzi Vutzi. Lutzi Vutzi.
Man, look.
Trans Joseph.
Little Lutzi Wutzi.
My boy Trans Joseph. Yo, that's
Yeah. And so then the next guy who was supposed to be emperor was Archduke Franz Ferdinand, who
got murked.
got murked. Yeah. So
Started World War One.
that was Franz Joseph's nephew. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at you doing a little
He was
reading.
dominating this whole fucking section of Europe. He was like, yeah, we're in control of all this. Like a part of Italy he was running.
I don't know where I heard the story, but it was by accident. They
Yeah,
caught him.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, the initial attempt failed, and
He was just walking down the street. He's like, "Oh, there he is."
and the car doubled back down the parade route, and
found him.
the fucking assassin was just like walking out of a cafe. And he was like, "Oh shit,
There you go.
I got another chance."
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's why we believe in second chances.
Oh yeah, dude. You don't ever shoot or shoot, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Don't ever forget that. Remember this. My good friend told me this. I'm look right into the camera. Never underestimate your influence. Okay. If you want to shoot an archduke, you should. Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
I don't condone.
No.
Why not?
Well, because people are easily influenced, and comedians on the internet shouldn't be.
Who deserves to get assassinated?
Zelensky.
Volodymyr Zelensky.
Come on, dude.
He might get killed.
He might get clapped.
I don't know. Zelensky seems like he could take a bullet and keep going.
Like Donnie.
Yeah. I feel like he's like a tiny tough guy, like a Marky Mark kind of fella.
You know, I really like that. Shout out to Hayden. He's our Marky Mark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's
he
just
is.
Little tiny Irish in shape racist
Yeah.
dude.
Hates Vietnamese people. I know that
Dude,
about him.
He loves the blacks, but he hates the Asians. I just don't know what's going on with
Just
Hayden's
like Marky
mind.
Mark.
Yep. No.
Just like Marky Mark.
Marky Mark hated the blacks too.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm. He's from Boston.
He didn't hate him in that movie, Four Brothers. He said that they were his brothers.
Well, they paid him enough tonight.
He's that good of an actor.
He's a very good actor.
He's that good of an actor.
Should have got an Oscar for that.
There's no way that was acting.
You saw how he embraced that black
he
man with
loved
love.
those dudes.
He's fucking racist,
he's
bro.
talented, dude. He's
fucking-
very talented.
Marky Mark is a fucking
How good of a... They should have given him an Oscar.
dude. I'm telling you, that's up there with Call
Bro,
of the Wild.
how
and,
good was he in that movie?
Casablanca
You
of-
couldn't even tell that he hated those black guys.
Not at all, bro. Marky Mark's a genius, bro.
Who was it? It was Tyrese and Andre 3000, right?
No. I think
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
no, but it was another black dude in that movie, wasn't it? The dude that played
The bad guy.
There were a few black guys in that movie.
I thought it was
Yeah.
two white dudes, two black dudes were the main.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
it was
all
Marky
four,
Mark, and
all
then-
four.
and
adopted
That's their
was some-
official handle. 2 white dudes, 2 black dudes on IMDb.
right. Two white dudes, 2 black dudes, all brothers.
It's their,
I think we have our episode name.
their home painting
That's
company.
2 divided by 4, and oh shit, I just came.
Oh, how many?
It's too easy. It was too easy of a fraction.
Dude, we got to dismount.
Well, I guess it's my job to do the dismount. Guys, don't shoot an Archduke, and
Don't do
don't
it.
shoot a healthcare CEO. Don't shoot anybody. Don't shoot Vladimir Zelensky
Unless
either.
that's your dream, because
Who am I to deny
deny somebody
his dream?
their dream?
Hey, don't let your dreams be dreams.
Right.
Just do it.
Just do things. You know, you
Just
can
do
You
it.
can just do things.
Just do it. But don't assassinate an Archduke.
Do we even have any archdukes anymore?
Not that I know of.
We took them all out, bro. Good job, guys.
We're gonna start. we're gonna secede
Mission
from.
accomplished.
Listen, guys, we're gonna secede from America. Okay, we're gonna have our empire. It's just gonna go from like Kentucky to Louisiana. We're gonna be like this, like the Mid South,
Okay.
the Memphis Empire.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be king, obviously.
No, I can't have
No, I'm gonna be king.
I can't have that, no.
But you're gonna be an Archduke.
that. We just said there's no more. I don't want to be. No.
You're gonna be Archduke.
Nah, dude.
And then,
if I'm not,
and
if
then
I'm
you
not,
know who's gonna get killed?
It's gonna be John.
nah, dude.
I
Look,
hate to say it.
Look, do you know the last time we killed an important person in Memphis? It was Dr. King. You don't want to run that back, bro.
It's March, dude. Chill.
That's what I'm saying.
And the files are coming out, folks. Keep an eye on that. We'll be doing a deep dive on the
On the Epstein files,
Epstein and the Martin Luther King files, and
JFK.
Fun fact: it was the CIA.
I mean,
answer.
Spoiler alert.
Right.
They did it. And yeah, don't be like the CIA. Don't assassinate people.
Don't.
Unless it's your dream, and then you have to do it.
Yeah, then you have to.
Yeah. And yeah. Thank you, Jake, for joining us.
Of course.
Happy Mardi Gras. Happy Fat Tuesday.
My brother, happy Fat Tuesday. David, happy Fat Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna all go to Waffle House now. Vaya con Dios, everybody.
Vaya con Dios.
I'll catch you on the flip side.